a little cold outside. When something is very rare, when something is very valuable, is it usually more common to find it, or is it usually more scarce? The top of the top people, the most successful people, are not easy to come by. The best people that you have in your life that you call best friends are not easy to come by. And not everyone you meet in your life is going to be your best friend. When I apply this concept to what I'm dealing with in life, sometimes I'm trying to show leadership. Sometimes I'm trying to show that maybe I can be the bigger person in a situation. Why is it usually harder for me to show these attributes, especially when other people are in the wrong? That's when life tests you, shows you what you can really do. True character also is shown when you are facing the most difficulties, when you're faced with the most challenges in your life, and how do you overcome them? Dang, yo guys, my arm yo! Okay, that's just the lighting. It does not look like that. I just saw a quote from a documentary. When you're the face of the league, when you're the face of the NBA, you think that dealing with hate is something that is bad. You know, you shouldn't get this much hate or opposition when you're this great player, this great athlete. The head coach of the Celtics was like, no, Jason Tatum gets to deal with it. He gets to deal with all this negativity. When you ask for something great, or when you want to be great, you have to be able to deal with both sides of the spectrum. There's gonna be people who don't like you for no reason. You're gonna face rejection. You're gonna face these challenges because you're getting better, because you're growing. If you're not getting no feedback, no nothing, no criticism, no comments, maybe because you're stuck. Water break. Oh. What I'm saying is that when you're the top of the top, and when you're trying to at least become a leader or become something greater, it's gonna be harder to get there. It's gonna challenge you. It's going to make you question yourself. That's when you have to step into who you are, but better. Growth requires change. You know, someone does not just grow by staying in the same place. And if you expect to grow while staying in the same place, that's something called insanity. For example, an Hermes bag, a Birkin bag. Those are not easy to come by. You know why? One, maybe you have to get your name on a list. Two, tens of thousands of dollars to get it in your hands. Three, you don't usually see these things just being freely displayed in a store, so they're not kind of like of access. Apply this to either a situation or who you want to be as a person. If you want to be someone who is, you know, poised, gentle, calm, kind, resilient, strong, you're working on becoming the best version of yourself, not everyone is going to like you, and you're not going to attract everyone you think you want. You're going to experience people who claim they like you, but they don't. They kind of like the fact that you're associated with them. They kind of like the fact that they just know you. All these topics that I always mention are literally who I'm trying to be. I'm trying to improve on what I can do better all the time. I'm trying to improve on my relationships with people, even if I'm in the wrong. I try to be level-headed, not biased, because it's very easy to let your emotions control you when you're in a heated situation. I think it's important to have some friends in your life who are able to ground you in some sort of way, lead by example. You want friends in your life that have a growth mindset, because without that, it's just gonna be very hard, very difficult time discovering things about yourself. This is not even just about like needing to change as a person. Your heart is open and your heart is soft. The Bible says to guard your heart, right? And you should, you know, protect your peace, guard your heart. You can't be judgmental to things all the time and be so quick to say no when it comes to, you know, ideas and life habits and growth. With growing and learning to adapt and be receptive to things, you allow these things to come into your life. It's like you're allowing blessings and you're kind of seeing things from a different perspective. You have to treat yourself in a way that you know you are confident. You have to start treating yourself like you're one of one. Not to be egotistical, not to be prideful, not to be cocky and all this. You know, when people are reciprocating your energy, you take it back. We do not match someone's energy if they are not matching yours. You don't step down to their level. If someone is bullying you, you do not stoop down to their level and bully them back. You are stooping down to their level. And that makes you also a bully now. Deep down, you know how you act, and you don't want to be that petty person. You don't want to be that person who, you know, gets their revenge, because the best revenge is literally you minding your own business and living a better life. Okay? It's as simple as that. I know it's hard to not compare yourself to people. I know it's hard to not stalk someone after a breakup. I know it's hard to kind of separate yourself from another person or an idea. But ultimately, you have to strive for your own success, and then people will see that you are being authentic, you are being yourself, and that is the best thing that you can do for yourself. What else is the purpose of it for? Genuinely think of the times where you feel the most free, you feel the most happy or successful. You didn't have to force nothing. You didn't have to ask someone whether they liked you or not. You didn't have to question yourself if things are going right for you. You kind of just, it's literally like a flow state. You did it naturally, that's what you wanted, and it's what you worked for. You want to be that person who got away. Oh my gosh, like she just leveled up. She's doing her own thing, and she's got her own thing going on. Like, you never got to worry about her because she knows what she's doing. She's confident in the work she's done, and she doesn't need anyone. She just allows people to be in her life. Not everyone sometimes is willing to be the bigger person. Not every person is willing to or is able to stay calm, stay grounded in an argument and talk things through with their partner. A lot of people like to be toxic, petty, egotistical, prideful, because it's what the world does. Like, a lot of people are like that, and it's just materialistic. They don't really care for the heart. It's just like for surface level things. If you want to be someone that is rare, that is hard to come by, they're not gonna forget about you because you're a good person, communicated well, you did things that most people wouldn't even have the courage to do. Let's say a leader. How can I live a nice, peaceful life if I can't handle myself well? If I don't have good character in situations? Fruit reveals character, and that says everything you need to know about a person. As I was in the shower, actually, I talked to myself and I told myself that everyone gets happy, everyone gets sad, but what needs to be done sometimes still needs to get done regardless of if you're sad, regardless if you're happy. If you need to achieve a certain goal in your sport, it's not done until you achieve that goal. Whether you're happy or sad, you still need to get your job done. You still need to get the things that you need to do, like go to school, eat, sleep. So it's kind of like a non-negotiable sometimes. It's difficult when there's just no team, when you're trying to be a leader and leading the said team. You need to have unity, you need to have sportsmanship, you need to feel like y'all are together. As rare as you are, if someone is not on the same level or page as you don't have to continue it. And that shows more strength if you're able and willing to leave that place, even though it means so much to you, even though it hurts. Sometimes things need to get done. That's the strongest thing you can do for yourself, because you're like, I have this I have to do, and I'm not going to stray myself away from that until I get this done. You can't ever lose yourself in a situation. Remember, you just have to stay true to yourself, and the more you kind of tone in on that mentality, and obviously you want to listen to what others say around you, you want to kind of take that as feedback into what you can do or what not to do. So everything is kind of like a feedback loop. You have to be able to give and receive. You can't just give one thing and not allow people to come into your life, or you can't just reject that treatment that is also coming your way. Because without both sides, how are you truly able to grasp the diversity of a situation, the depth of a situation? If you're really able to be emotionally intelligent and mature to be able to grasp this. Some people are able to do it better than others, and they kind of bounce back kind of quicker, For me, sometimes I do overthink, hey, maybe like, was there a better way I could have done this? Was there, maybe I shouldn't have done this? But ultimately, real outcomes and real people and the path that life is supposed to go for you will show up, and those are gonna be your answers, and you take it or leave it. But all you can do is just get better. When you're in a relationship or when you are choosing to do something in your life, you can't say that you are choosing to deal with it. It should not really feel like a chore. It should not really feel like a hassle, because it's something you have a drive for. It's something you want to do, and it is your why. You have motivation, determination, the discipline, the dedication to whatever craft you're doing. I do swim, but you know, it's whatever. I have to deal with it. No, it's because you get to deal with it actually. Like, think of it in like a positive way, because if you're dealing with something, it's like, bro, it's like a hassle. You know, you don't want people to say that about you either. So if you were to think this in relationships, you don't want to need to deal with a person, right? It's like, oh, I have to deal with like this annoying person. That is not how it works, guys. I'm always saying I'm doing so well, but that does not mean I have no turmoils going on in my life. That does not mean I have nothing. There's things in my life, but I have good that comes out of it. Through these challenges, I'm able to find good reason why those things happen, and I'm truly able to see that they happen to me because I grow out of them and I become better and I find more opportunities. You know, everything. This is part of having a growth mindset, and it did not just happen to me this quick. You know, it takes time. So if you're trying to grow and you're maybe also trying to help other people grow, all you can do is lead by example, because each day consistency shows up over luck, over talent. When you show up every day being who you are and staying true to yourself, having good character, people will see that and people will want to become more like you. So in that, you literally grow out of the old person and the old being you used to be. You're like, wait, why did I even think like that before? Why did I even do those things before? It's like you can't even comprehend the fact that you considered doing it, or like you thought of doing that, because it's just, you know, your whole, it's a growth from within, like I said. And not everyone's willing to do the work to become better because they are okay with staying where they are. I'm not saying that is unacceptable. I'm not saying that in a negative way. There are ways that we can always improve on. We're not perfect. Humans are not perfect by nature. And so all we can do is just get better in receiving and getting feedback from the environments that we're in. You know, just have a little better of a reaction to those, or you're better just prepared for these situations. So thanks for watching. I was going to film this at the pool, but someone was there, so I am doing this on my balcony. So I will see y'all in my next video, and if not, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a great year. More jolly and abundant years to come. Very excited for the new year, and if I don't have a video uploaded by then yet, I will see you guys next year. Okay, see y'all in the next video.